Welcome. Hello. Another crypto video. If you're not into crypto yet, why not? That is the question. I spoke to my neighbor yesterday in the lift and I was telling them about crypto and how I'm doing crypto and how it's going really well. And they were like, oh, but what happened to all of those people that lost their money? And I was like, oh, I see. This is what everybody thinks outside of crypto. I just thought when I was outside of crypto, I don't watch the news. So I was just thinking, I don't get it. Why is everybody so excited about this? I don't get it. And then when I spoke to my neighbor, she was like, oh, what about all of those people that lost their money? I'm like, oh, okay, now I see what most people think and why most people aren't in crypto. They're afraid of losing their money. My answer to that is, would you have invested in Amazon, Tesla, Sony, Pepsi, Coke, Google, Microsoft, gold? Would you have invested in any of these things back in their time at the start, when they first started coming out? In hindsight, that's my question to you. If you're watching this and you're not in crypto because you're scared of losing your money, would you have at least put some money into those stocks? I'm not asking. I'm not saying all of your money. Just some. What you can afford to lose for the potential reward, which is potentially a lifetime of wealth. So I'm gonna speak about kind of my bit of journey in crypto this video. My name is Maucho. That is obviously my channel name. I otherwise go as Crypto Sensei on my Telegram group, or when I'm dealing with crypto things, I am the Crypto Sensei. My real name is Maurizio, and I just love crypto. I love crypto. I'm not gonna say it's the thing that I love the most in the world. I think that should always be us and others. And so that's why I'm actually making these videos, is because I love crypto, but I love myself and I love others much, much, much more. And spiritual practice is something that you can do by yourself in your own time to sort out your own life. And I really recommend any kind of practice, spiritual practice, discipline practice, anything to kind of help you tune into yourself. Why am I talking about this? Oh, because my spiritual practice is what led me to being able to feel confident enough to invest my money into something that I believe in. If I hadn't done my spiritual practice, I would lack faith, I would lack trust, I would lack confidence, I would lack foresight or insight. I would lack being able to understand crypto and see how this is going to change the world. So this is why I'm making these videos, is to educate others, because this kind of stuff, it's a lot of information. It's just things that you have to learn from somebody that has gone into it and learnt it for themselves. Okay? And I think anybody that is pretty smart can come into crypto by themselves and get to understand it. So a little bit more about myself is 2-3 years ago, I got into Forex and looking at Forex, and I was like, I want to make money. Money is an important thing to me. And I don't want to work too long. I'm happy to work to earn some money, but I want that to be something that I enjoy, something that it's not too much labor, it's not too arduous, unless it's something that I enjoy even more. And it pays me really well It's like my level of work and effort compared to how much I get paid. I want it to be leveraged out. I want to be leveraging my time, much like brokers on Forex leverage your money. It's a real thing. It's reality. People work very, very little and earn a lot of money. Or what might be to them very little work. It might seem to somebody else like a lot of work, but to them it feels like a small amount of work. So it's all relative. It's all kind of, I think I'm getting a bit off track. So I got into Forex and I was doing Forex unsuccessfully for about 2-3 years. Although I wouldn't say unsuccessfully, I feel like it was all more kind of preparation for me to then discover crypto and already understand how markets kind of work and how charts look. And basically it was chart stuff for me. It was like being able to know how to look at a chart and understand the chart. That's what Forex really taught me. So I never really made any money with Forex. I never actually got to the point where I felt confident enough in putting in my own money. I still kind of trade. It's not really my thing. I more invest now. So then late last year I discovered, well, it wasn't that I discovered crypto, I knew about crypto, but I was like, I don't understand it, I don't get it, I'm not interested. Until I was interested, until I was curious, until I was like, oh, actually, wait, feel like I should be paying attention to this. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to know what crypto is about. It's been since 2009 that Bitcoin was created and published. And we've had like 3 different phases of hype around crypto so far. And so I was like, okay, I need to understand what Bitcoin is. So I went on YouTube, I went on Google, I started doing my research. I'm like, what is Bitcoin? Watching videos, reading articles, read the white paper. Actually, that's a lie. I have not yet read the Bitcoin white paper. But I understand the premise of Bitcoin, that it's a digitally scarce asset and it's backed up by mathematics, algorithms, coding, computing, how it has a mathematical supply, all things that make it as close to as perfect a store of value as possible, better than gold. Once I understood the premise of gold, which by the way, guys, I had no idea about finance or the system or inflation, deflation, supply, demand. I didn't know any of this stuff at the start of this year. Despite being in Forex, I still had no idea about most of this stuff. Didn't know what the fuck inflation was. I didn't know how that affects our money. I didn't know what can protect us against that. And now I know. Crypto has taught me everything that that I should have known, that should be taught in school. But I had to learn it for myself through crypto, which I'm super thankful for, because I know it's like the things that you get taught in school, you kind of just take it for granted. When you learn something yourself, the importance of it really hits you. And it's like, wow, this kind of information is life-changing. So I'm here making these videos to help bridge the gap for people that are skeptical about crypto and want to get into crypto, or just simply skeptical about crypto. I want to disseminate crypto for people. This is all just to help adoption. This is all really to help people get into crypto and front run the big institutions, which is something we're going to get into as well. It's all to help people make a financial shift and leverage the big shift that's actually really coming. Like, we're going to be able to eat off of the whales. This is what I'm saying. Okay, and you probably, maybe if you don't know about this, you're not following. If you do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This might be a 2-part video. There's a lot of information to be said. So I guess that's been a bit about me. This is my journey with crypto so far. I'll be open about my my portfolio, I guess. I will show screenshots of my portfolio. I will show how much money, actually, I don't know if I should show my money just yet. I will say how much profits I've made. So I started in January, end of January, February. And I think in total, me and somebody else, we actually pooled our money together and invested quite a bit into Cardano ADA. So we staked our ADA together. So all the money was kind of meshed in. It was about 2.5 grand at the start. By May, we had been hitting 10, 12K. So we took out our initial investments, which was about 1.5 each, or a little bit less. I think maybe one grand me, 1.5 grand the other person. So that's just to show quickly, right? We started in February with about 2.5 grand, okay? So that's February, March, April, May. In fact, it was at the end of April, because May, it was the big flash crash in the market. So it was end of April. 2 months, guys. We had pretty much 9 to 10x our money. That is 900, 1,000% in 2 months. A little bit less than 2 months. That is just mad. Like, to make almost an entire year's wage in less than 2 months with hardly any money. I'm not rich, I'm not broke. I'm doing pretty well for myself, relative to where I was last year. But I've made more money this year with less work than ever before. And that's just because I'm leveraging this. I'm just leveraging this, my intuition and my common sense. Because if it wasn't for a feeling of feeling curious, of feeling interested, of feeling somewhat excited about crypto for some reason, despite not knowing anything about it, and then applying myself, learning about it, my common sense just kind of wraps itself around it. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And whatever doesn't make sense, it's just a matter of time before it does make sense. Like DeFi, for example, that took me a while to really begin to understand the importance of. So I'm going to cover all of this stuff in following videos. I guess this is just kind of like an introductory kind of video to me, even though I've already made like 2 videos on crypto, but those were time sensitive, and I had to make those when I had to make those. So yeah, this is more like an introduction video to me, Moucho, that's what people usually call me. And yeah, just trying to get people on board crypto, because once you really get it, it is just like buying gold during the gold rush, or sorry, mining for gold during the gold rush. It is just like buying stocks and shares when they were first going digital. It is just like investing in big new tech startups when they were first coming out. This is another one of those phases where something new is coming, something new is here, okay, and it is going to greatly improve people's lives, okay? And instead of being a consumer to that technology, you can be an investor in that technology and profit off of what it allows for the rest of the world, instead of just being a consumer to it. Because you're going to be a consumer anyway. You're still going to be, we're using the tech. I'm using the tech, okay? The blockchain technology. I'm using DeFi. I'm using staking pools. I'm sending my crypto. I'm receiving my crypto. I'm all of this kind of stuff, okay? And more. I'm doing it, but I'm investing in it, okay? It's like, instead of just buying Nike shoes, instead of just buying McDonald's, instead of just buying Coke, if you had just invested some money in each of those things that you know you're going to consume, you would never have to pay for any of those things. In fact, they would be paying you. The money that you would make from them is more than the money that you'd be spending on them. So you'd never be spending on them. And when you do spend on them, you're technically just paying yourself. So this is the investor kind of mentality, and this is something that has literally just been developing in myself just this year. Like I was not an investor before this year. Now I'm an investor. I'm not going to say I have a huge track record. I don't. I have a year of experience, but it's been a year of a lot of sense being made, really seeing the future clearly. And then everything that I feel and know in myself about crypto, where it's going and why it's so important, just gets confirmed when I'm watching these videos about other investors or other big investors that really know what they've been doing for the past 30, 40 years. And they are literally saying everything that I've been thinking word by word. I'm like, it's not experience that you need, it's trust. It's trust and faith that you get it, you understand. So yeah, that's just some more bit of motivational speech there for you guys. Crypto is great. Crypto is changing the world, and it's it's actually a revolution. It's actually much deeper than what people think it is. And the media is obviously just focuses on people losing their money, but that's not the case. Hey, hello, prime example right here. I have only made profit this year. I have not lost a single bit of money. That's not to say that the chart doesn't go like this and I see red in my portfolio, but I have been in profit since I started. In fact, the only time that I've really lost money is when I've been trying to day trade myself a little bit too much. But when it comes to just buying, holding coins, I have been in profit. I've been in green since the start of this year. So if there's anything to take away from this video, it's evil. Evil is not crypto. Crypto is not evil. It is not a scam. It is not a fraud. Yes, there are cryptos out there that are scammy and they are fraudulent. That is why we do our research. We do not just take the media's word for things. We do our research on the coins that we are looking into, which is, I will also show people how to do some research. Actually, if you check my previous video, the gaming crypto video, I kind of run through some research stuff there at the end. So yeah, crypto is not evil, crypto is not a fraud, crypto is not a scam. Yes, there are some cryptos that are scammy and fraudulent, and I'm not gonna call it evil, I don't think it's evil. But the truth of the matter is, crypto is a blossoming industry that is literally just getting started. It is in the first 12 years of its thing, technically even less. Bitcoin is in its first 12 years. The rest of the market is in its first like 7 years. So this is like being able to buy any of those big stocks within their first, like, yeah, literally the same, few years, because they've been around for at least 20 years now, right? Maybe not Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, all of these big ones have been around for a long time. And as time goes by, people are like, oh no, there's less and less point. It's this much now. It's this much now. I'm like, but if people are using the service more and more every day, then the value of that thing is going to continue to go up. And crypto is going to be a thing that every fucking person on the planet is using. Every person. And if you get in now, the risk compared to the reward, life-changing.